exciting, but when y'all helped to make that happen, are we excited about the fact that now it looks like we're going to have a majority in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives? I mean, that's real good news. I mean, so many folks have been nervous about what we can do, and really just, a lot of things have set on the back burner here in the Commonwealth because we have been in the minority for so long, but it looks like we might again have some sanity in Harrisburg. And so we again must thank everybody that's in this room, all the labor organizations that put boots to the ground. I saw a whole bunch of purple and red and everything else, knocking doors for like years straight. Not only labor, but community organizations like yourselves that were out there. I had a chance and honor to launch a campus with one PA and to see others get across the line. I heard that there were some 12,000 new registered voters done since July. Million phone calls, 5 million doors knocked on, all types of wonderful numbers. Let's make some noise and put our hands together for the successes that we've been able to achieve that will help pave the way and clear the road for us to be able to continue to advance a people's agenda across the Commonwealth, and certainly here in the city of Philadelphia. So all that is wonderfully exciting. As a point of clarity for those that may be new in the room, I think many of us are already familiar with who we are, but let's be reminded about the fact that we are the Alliance for a Just Philadelphia. Yeah, you can shout about that too. The Alliance for a Just Philadelphia. I see Sam Rising. I want to just take a point of moderator privilege. I was a little nervous about not being able to help host today because for those that don't know, I'm actually in seminary and have some classes on Saturday. My professor said you can't miss not one more class. And so I had to call Sam Rising and said, Sam, would you perhaps pinch it for me if I can't make it? And Sam was willing to do so. Luckily, my professor was gracious, so I can be here with y'all today. Let's make some noise for Sam Rising today. Thank you for always being faithful. The Alliance for a Just Philadelphia formed in 2018 with the purpose to democratize city governance for the self-determination of Black, brown, immigrant, refugee, queer, disabled, and working class people of all types, working poor folks of all types across the city of Philadelphia. If you believe that's a worthy cause, clap your hands. That's right. So when we say, and I start this whole thing off by saying, this is what democracy looks like. That's not just a cool chant that we holler when we hit the streets and we want to corral and get ourselves together. It is absolutely who we are, and we mean it. We are demonstrating here today, and have been demonstrating for some time, what democracy actually looks like. How many know that voting is the last thing that we do in a functioning democracy? This is all the stuff that happens in the meantime and in between time, and you all are making that come alive. The Alliance for Just Philadelphia prioritizes organizing for accountability with City Council and the Mayor. And over the years, we have done this through mobilizing each year during budget season by testing out how we can potentially be a co-governing force. This is a model that is unique, but it's picking up some interest across the country, where other municipalities are wrestling with what co-governance looks like and what is possible when the people actually come together and hold our elected officials accountable and co-govern with them. So that's exciting that we're doing it here in PA. Just for a sense of history, you should know that in 2018, the same coalition led a year-long process. A year-long process. Now, anybody who's worked in coalitions or alliances for any time know how challenging that can be. And yet, over a course of a year in 2018, this alliance was able to produce a platform that literally defined the races that following year. And so that's something that we should be proud of. 2018, the year-long process to create the People's Platform, followed by 2019, we saw the People's Candidate Forum for City Council at large. Anybody remember that candidate forum we had the Rodeo Show? It was about 11 candidates on one page, wasn't it? Everybody making their appeal and hearing what it is that we care about and what we demand of our elected officials. That was at Rodeo Show. In 2020, we launched the People's Budget, right in the midst of the pandemic. We were able to launch the People's Budget, and I believe it was heard loud and clear. And here we are in 2022, and We had held teach-ins, for those that don't know, we held some teach-ins that led up to this, and now here we are in the gym. We intended to be in the sanctuary. But here we are Here we are in the gym of the Church of the Advocate. Again, I just want to take a second to note, and I'm sure many of you already do know, but I think it's important for me to say so, that this is sacred ground that we are sitting in and standing in, setting up camp in, as it relates to the work, as it relates to the people work. The Advocate became this church. You can probably tell it looks unique. This was intended to be the first cathedral for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, in the city of Philadelphia. That was the intent for it. So all the architecture was reflective of the intention to make sure a glorious edifice was put right here in the midst of a working class neighborhood. Part of the actual construction of this would have been the cathedral, included in the design workers, which at the time of building that was not common. Usually it was more high-minded architects and what have you, but the workers were a part of building this actual church. And from its inception, through its history, under the leadership of the late Reverend Paul Washington. Anybody know that name? This church has been a center of activism and organizing for civil rights movement here in the city of Philadelphia, embracing the cause of black rights and women's rights. It was the site of several conferences throughout the 60s. I think one in 66. I can remember Baba Kwame, or Stokely Carmichael for those, was here leading the conference on Black Power. I think again in 68 as well. 71 or 72, I think there was the Black Panther Conference, and then one point of reference, this is actually the first church in the entire Anglican Communion, or the Episcopal Church worldwide, that ordained women. This building. It was in that sanctuary where that history-making moment took place. And so as you can tell, since we are here to do the people's business, we have come to sacred and holy ground. If you do have a chance to go into the sanctuary as a point of order, for those that have youth or children, if you like, the children's space will be in the sanctuary. If you want to go ahead and take them over there, there should be something set up for their enjoyment and their entertainment. But while you're in there, just tip around the sanctuary, look at some of the murals that are up around the sanctuary. We're seeing, I think they were commissioned somewhere in the 70s, and the intent was, in the Christian tradition, we have this thing called the Stations of the Cross, that essentially the various points of the Passion of Jesus are broken up into